Thank you.
How do you mute this dinner?
One of the defendants. No.
Oh,
I know. I don't want to say.
she's where?
Puerto Rico. She's supposed to be entering a plea today.
Again, sorry everyone for the late start. We've been hearing we had motions this morning that ran a little late. You know, actually, Aisha, if you'll give me that so I can pull up these cases and I look at them. Oh, subpoena for proof. Do I need that?
He goes in the file.
Oh. And I guess it's not her first. Yeah, this one's so funny. Oh, you know what? Oh, that goes in here. Right. Just give me a minute and we'll get.
Okay, there you go.
Yay. So are you in the main right here? Charge up the phone here.
Got the charger. Oh.
She can see you?
Oh,
All right, it is 11:30. We're starting a little late. Again, I apologize. Our motions ran late. This is, we got a few more people trying to get in. This is the criminal status calendar for March 9th, 2021. My name is Diane Bessen. I'm the judge presiding over this calendar. Just so you know, this is being streamed by YouTube Live as well as the Zoom call that you're all on. And I say that so that those of you who are defendants can be aware of the fact that anything that you say will not only be heard by everyone else on this call, which includes the prosecutors and other folks, but also on YouTube Live where it's being streamed. So please take that into account. I'm going to ask that all defendants, everyone mute their device, which I think we're doing now, until we're ready to hear from you. We do have the ability to send you to a breakout room if a defendant wants to have a private conversation with their attorney, but anything that you say, obviously in this format, will be heard by everyone. So I would ask that if you request to be put in a breakout room to let me know, and you can have a private conversation with your attorney or the solicitor. This is a status calendar, so we are just trying to get some announcements from folks about the status of the case. We are going to be gearing up in the next few months to restart jury trials. And so I'm trying to resolve those cases that can be resolved, get final offers on cases that need them. And then so in another 2-3 months, we're ready to go back again to having jury trials. We'll know where all these cases stand. I'm just going to go through these in order. The first case is Derek Reed.
No contact, no phone number, no email, no.
All right, and this is a dormant case. I don't know. It's from 2013.
The state will submit an all price, Your Honor.
No proof of drawing. That's great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Next case is Joseph Williams, and I saw Mr. Williams on the call. This is also a dormant case. Mr. Williams, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
I'm doing well. Are you aware of what you're charged with, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to speak? Well, to speak either to the solicitor or are you able to afford to hire an attorney for this case?
I believe I had filled out an application for public defender,
Yes,
Okay,
Your Honor. Spoke
and
to
I spoke
Mr.
to.
I already spoke to Mr. Williams. He
Yes.
indicated that he would be wanting to plea. And so I would ask that Mr. Strobel, if he could be put into a breakout room with Mr. Williams to see what the offer would be. If they're not able to, I guess, agree to that, then I will file entry on his case.
is that correct, Mr. Williams? You want to
Yes, ma'am.
speak to the solicitor? All right, and he'll inform you what the offer would be on this case. I don't know anything about it factually. There's Mr. Strobel. So Mr. Williams, you're going to get an invite on your screen that's going to say join. If you'll press that, it'll send you to a private breakout room. You'll be able to have a conversation with the prosecutor. Just be careful. Anything that you say during that call may be used against you at time of trial if you're not able to work out a plea, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're finished, I'm going to ask that you come back into this room, leave that breakout room so I can get a report from you and Mr. Strobel, okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Great. You're going to see that invite in just a minute. Dustin, are you in there? There you go. All right. So they're in BR1. Next case is Daryl Rand, also a dormant case. It has been no prost already. Very good. I'm going to sign that. Today is the 9th. All right. Next case is Deontay Phillips. Is Mr. Deontay Phillips, are you on the call? I guess I'm going to issue a bench warrant. I really don't know what else to do. They've been noticed for court and they had a duty to inform the court of any change of address. So I'll issue a bench warrant. Mikhail Muhammad, also an older case.
Yeah, I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So Mr. Strobel is the prosecutor on this. Did you have a chance to speak with him yet?
Dustin is his first name?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday as far as trying to get into the program, and I actually accepted.
Into PTI? You were accepted into PTI?
I wasn't accepted into the PTI. I just gave him the information, and he forwarded it over to somebody to see if I qualified.
Okay. I'm going to ask you just to hang on a few minutes till Mr. Strobel comes back on the call so I can find out exactly. And if it's going to be a PTI referral, then we'll just give you a reset date a few months out and follow up at that time. But if you wait till he comes back in and then I'll ask him that question, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Alderica Ikes, another dormant case. Miss Ikes, are you on the call? Why don't we reset it and make sure either she can come down to court or get on the call. Maybe she'll just have to come into court. Okay. Deja Dillon. This is supposed to be a plea, is that right?
Yes.
All right, and this is Dustin's case, so we're going to have to wait for Mr. Strobel to come back. And then I'll take that plea.
Okay.
Carlos Weidman. That's a no pros. Thank you. There you go. The next case is Mr. West's case, Andrea Papik. Tom West, where'd you go?
I'm Andrea Papike, but
Oh, Papike, I'm sorry.
oh no, it's okay. But I do not see Mr. Weston here.
He was here.
Yeah.
We've got two screens going, so he could be on, but I did see his name.
Do you want me to call him real quick?
Where did he go? Tom? Maybe you should call him. It looks like no, he should be on. It says, oh, there it is. Wait. Asked to unmute. Maybe he's gone somewhere else because he's here, but he might be on another call. We'll come back to him. That's going to be a plea. We'll come back to that when he comes back into the room. Kiloni Sibley.
Yes,
Oh, you're on the call. Miss Sibley, hello. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so this is an older case. This is Mr. Walker's case. Did you speak with her?
I have not, but I
Ian?
was glad to speak with her in the breakout room.
Well, I can't really do that while you're
Oh.
here.
I can give her my work number. It comes to my cell phone. And I can step outside in the hallway at the
All right.
appropriate time.
You could probably do that now.
Okay.
So, Miss Sibley,
Yes,
do you know how to chat on this device?
no, no.
Okay, well, I know it's,
I have another phone though. I could just call on it.
okay, well, we want the solicitor to call you. Can you
give her
call
my
her?
number now?
Can you call, what?
Okay, I can give her my number or
Okay, what is your number?
it is 404.
40, I'm gonna give you a number to write down to call, ma'am.
Joseph,
404,
number 404
585
585
0257.
0257.
he is gonna call you and,
Or she can call me.
oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna call him.
Mhm.
And he's gonna make a recommendation on the case. It's an old case. I guess it was a car accident and maybe something can be worked out that's very reasonable. Okay? When you're
Okay.
finished, come back on this call, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. We'll come back to you. Still don't have Tom here. Let's see. Cherie Brown. Miss Brown, are you on the call? I'm gonna have to get an announcement from Aisha. This is a dormant case. Let me find out. Oh,
We
Miss,
don't have any solicitors.
oh, we don't. Cherie Brown.
No phone number, no email. No contact.
All right, I guess do a bench warrant. You're right. We've lost both our solicitors. So let's wait a minute till we can get them back in here. Let me ask though, from any of the attorneys that are on the Zoom call, if someone has just a brief announcement, I'd be happy to take that.
Yes, Judge, I
Judge.
do.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Mr. Ray Lowell first. And who is let's see, Jefferson, position 16.
Yeah, he has two cases on your calendar, Judge. Stephone Jefferson, he has one ending in 580.
I have him.
Okay. Mr. Strobel reached out to me. Well, I reached out to him. He reached back out to me, I believe, Monday. And so we've not had a chance to talk. I feel like these cases are going to be resolved, Judge, perhaps with pretrial diversion, perhaps with a plea. I just need to get with him, kind of special circumstances with regard to one of the cases. We'll go into it, but in any event, we just need to talk, Judge.
So, yeah, I think discharging the firearms. Well, I don't know anything about any of the cases. I'm going to reset these then for another status in about 6 weeks.
That's fine. We should have a resolution by then.
That would be great.
Yes, ma'am. That's
I'll
all I
tell
have,
him-
Judge.
Great. I'll tell him that's what we did. So, very good.
Ball's in my court. I'll reach out to him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else might have an announcement?
Melvin Nance for Mr. Dowd, Your Honor. and then Lord Bastion after that, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me go back.
After that.
All righty, hold on.
And
So,
Judge, can you hear me? I can't unmute myself. This is Rick Reisig for Krista Isoff, number 12.
okay. I think now, yes, have you, we were showing this was a dormant case. Are you representing Mr. Isef?
Yes, yeah, it's Ms. Isoff.
Yes, I'm
Your Honor.
sorry,
Yeah,
Krista.
it's a weird case. We had been watching for the case to come up on a calendar, and I think the clerk's office had miskeyed the spelling of her name, so it never showed up for us.
Okay,
But yes, we were in the case. I'm pretty certain we filed an entry, but I'll make sure.
Aisha's saying you did file an entry.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to put this on a motions calendar next or what you would like to do.
Yes, please, if we could put it on a motions calendar. And I've communicated with Mr. Strobel, and he's looking at some of the things we shared with him, and I think he should be getting back to me within probably the next week or 10 days.
Okay, great. We'll let him know. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. Before I handle some of those others, let me talk. Mr. Walker is back. Did,
Ms. Sibley,
yeah.
position 10.
Oh, here it is. I wrote the wrong thing down. Is Miss Sibley back? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Mr. Walker, did you have a chance to speak with her?
And we did arrive to an agreement. It will be $100 fine. And the defendant is eligible to plead no low.
All right. So Miss Sibley, he's going to send you some paperwork that you're going to fill out, and then we're going to schedule this for a plea to handle by Zoom.
Mhm.
It'll probably be within the month. So when you get the paperwork, you need to sign it and either take a picture of it and scan it back to him or email it back to him. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, and that'll be how I pay too.
You'll pay probably through probation. But once you pay, the probation will terminate unless you have the money available. How have we done that? They have to pay through probation. So you'll have to pay through probation, but it'll be, as soon as you pay it, probation will terminate.
So today.
Not today.
No.
Not today. They're gonna email you some documents, some paperwork. You're gonna sign them, get it back to them, and then we'll see you in about a month to finalize this. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that'd be all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You're free to go.
Mm.
Is Dustin back? No, okay. And Miss Moses Counts. Oh, no, that's Dustin is speaking. That's right. Okay, so let me go back. I still don't have Mr. West back. And Mr. Strobel's not back. So let's go to position 13. Oh, I had some other announcements from council. Let me see who the next attorney is. Is Alan Schemberg on the call?
Yes, Your Honor. Zebediah Abakai, my client, is present, and it's going to be a plea. I believe Dustin's handling it.
All right, so we've got to wait for Dustin to get back on.
Yeah, or if you want to set a separate plea date, it's up to you, Your Honor.
I'd prefer to resolve it today. I'm hoping when he gets on, we can just go ahead and take that. Yusuf Mohammed, is Mr. Albert on the call? Oh, he did. They made an announcement. Right, okay. Del Mario Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. That's my case. I made a phone call to Mr. Smith on the number that I had on last Monday and left a message. I have not heard back. It looks like that's been the history with this case. Status conference have been set. I've called the numbers that were provided and left messages. I've had no contact with Mr. Smith, and I do not have an email address so he could be sent the link for the Zoom conference for today.
Well, all right, we're gonna issue a bench warrant. If you hear from him, I'm not so sure if this has happened before, if I'm gonna withdraw the bench warrant, but at least contact us and let us know, Daryl, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Melvin Nash is on the call. This is position 17, Brian Dowd.
Yes, Your Honor. That's a 2018 case, and my notes indicate that the trooper that was involved in that case has health issues and had been out on leave for quite a while. And I don't know if he was coming back to work. So if the solicitor could give me some discovery and check on that, that would aid in moving this case.
Okay, I've got it indicated as a plea.
I did too, but I'll be glad to serve discovery.
I never requested a plea, Your Honor. It was bound over from the city of Atlanta, and sometime in November of 2018, and then the next calendar is March the 9th today. There was a bench warrant issued on the case, and we asked that it get set aside back in August of 2020.
Just 1 second, I'm looking this up.
Okay.
I don't
August
recall
5th.
getting an email. I just saw that it was reflected as a plea on the calendar.
Just a minute, and what is it saying?
I was wondering if it was something on there for Miles in his notes.
It's not pulling up on mine. All right, well, whatever, you're not taking, your client's not taking a plea, is that right, Mr. Nash?
I'm not saying that, Judge.
At this time, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And I just wanted to clarify, is it that you're requesting discovery counsel? Because I have the city of Atlanta already sent you discovery. So I mean, I could resend it.
I don't have any video. I don't have a video. I don't have anything other than just a basic police report.
Okay. I have it all in my file, so I can make copies and I can make it available to have it picked up or mailed to you, whatever your preference is.
Well,
All right, and there's some
prefer
issue.
mailing. If not, we'll certainly come pick it up. You
That's
just
not
let us-
it. I could drop it in the mail today.
All right,
Thank you
and
very-
there's some issue about the officer.
Yes, Your Honor. My notes indicate that the case was, we went like 3 or 4 times over to the city of Atlanta, and he was out on leave and they didn't know when he was coming back. So I don't know if he's back or he's no longer with the Georgia State Patrol.
Who's the patrol officer? Who's the officer?
Tough question like that.
No,
my
I
stuff
can't
is
pull up this
stapled
case
together.
either. I don't know why.
It is Officer Capabianco. Nonetheless, I will check with GSP.
I show Trooper L.J. Mullins, Your Honor.
All right, well.
Nonetheless, I'll check on the status of
All
the
right,
officer.
so we're gonna get you discovery. I'm gonna reset this for status for about 2 months out, okay?
That'd be great. Thank you, Your Honor. That
Thank
completes my, that'd be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I
Have a
don't,
good day.
thank you. Dustin, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you speak with Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask
Oh,
for,
wait, let me just, is Mr. Williams back on the call?
I don't see his name.
Is he under iPhone? No.
Is he still in the room by chance?
Oh, could be. Yes, he is. Let me move him into here. Thank you. He should be back in just a minute. I don't know why it tells me I can move them back in here, but it doesn't always work. He should.
All right.
There, Mr. Williams, you're back with us. Thank you. All right, Mr.
Yeah,
Strobel, what was the discussion, or have you reached an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. We were asking this to be set down for a plea date.
All right, and what's he entering a plea to?
Your Honor, he'll be entering a plea to a DUI per se. The less safe will be merged. The driving while license suspended will be amended to a basic rules violation. It's going to be a 24-month probation, served 72 hours. We're trying to verify. He says he did the time served. I couldn't verify it online, but I think he has. $1,000 fine, 240 hours community service, alcohol drug abuse evaluation and treatment, DUI risk reduction school victim impact panel, and it can be a non-report once completed and terminated after 12.
All right, so it sounds like a standard second.
Yes, sure. This is his second, it will be a second conviction, but first in time. That's why we didn't go for the traditional 10 days time.
Okay. Mr. Williams, is that
Yes,
your
ma'am.
understanding of what you've agreed to?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Strobel is going to send you some paperwork. He'll email it to you. When you get
Yes.
that, you need to sign that, get it back to him.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we're going to send you a Zoom link for a plea in about 3-4 weeks. Okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Please stay in touch with the court. If we
I
can't
sh-
find you and we don't resolve this, I will issue a bench warrant for your arrest. Okay?
Oh, I'm trying to get this resolved. I'll stay
Very
in
good.
touch, love.
Thank you,
You
sir.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Position 5, Dustin, Mr. Makam Mohammed said that you and he discussed maybe PTI.
Yes, Your Honor. I've submitted the paperwork. He filled it out. I submitted it to Ms. Malley yesterday. I don't know if but he should be starting the enrollment process here pretty soon, Your Honor.
All right, Aisha, do we still need to put this as a status, or what would you recommend? All
Your
right,
Honor, I would ask it for a status to guarantee enrollment because this is one that involves the FDIP program.
okay, so Mr. Mohammed, hopefully that paperwork will be approved. We're going to set this case down for about a month from now or 6 weeks, just to sort of check in and make sure that's happened so we don't lose track of the case. But assuming you get approved and accepted into pretrial intervention, you'll complete that program and the case will probably be null prost. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Do you have any questions?
So you guys are going to be communicating me like via email?
Miss Mal should be in contact with you soon. If you haven't heard from her in like the next couple of days, we've talked on the phone. You can contact me and I'll follow up for you. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. You're free to go, sir.
All right, thanks.
I've got some pleas to take. Let's see, 1, 2, but
I have-
before I
Position 19, this is,
before I take those, I just want to finish up with some announcements if I can.
number 19, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Childress. On that one, it's set down for a plea. It was the date was for a plea so that we were hoping to maybe resolve it because DFAX is involved in this. But I don't think that the city was able to contact DFAX because that's part of the offer that they're still having. But in the interim, Ms. Childress has indicated that she's getting another attorney. We've made a motion for withdrawal. It's dated March the 3rd. So we could put it down for a hearing, for a status, to give her time to get that new attorney on, or for the time for it to mature.
I'm thoroughly confused. I know she's here. I've got it down as a plea, so it's not a plea today.
No, Your Honor.
Just have a seat there and we can see you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
So you're currently represented by Mr. Bastian?
No, ma'am. Mr. Bessen has been terminated. I wasn't aware of any plea arrangement or the hearings last year. So I am currently looking for a new attorney. And if possible, I could request a reset for status.
All right. So I see that there's been it's not coming up. Oh, e-file proposed order to withdraw. So I can, if you're, this is what you would like, is that correct, ma'am?
Or reset? Yes.
Well, but you'd like your attorney to officially no longer represent you.
Yes, because I.
All right, so I'm gonna sign that order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you're free to go, Mr. Bastian. And then let me ask Ms. Childress, have you spoken to any other attorneys?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and do you know when they might be able to enter an appearance on your behalf?
Probably by the end of this week or next week.
Okay, so it's
I'm still in the process of looking for an attorney.
okay. So I will sign this order a little later today and we will reset your case. Let me, for new counsel, we'll probably put it back on a status calendar within a month or so. When you find an attorney, they have to enter an appearance. They'll know what that is. They also need to get in touch with the solicitor, Mr. Walker, that's seated here, is a solicitor on that case. He has all the discovery and the file, so your attorney will need to contact him to get all that information, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're free to go, ma'am. Thank you. Let me just also take Gerald Griggs is here. Before I take these, please, on Jared Graham, position 20. Good morning, Mr. Griggs.
Good morning, Your Honor, and Mr. Graham is present on the Zoom call. We requested additional discovery back in July of last year, and I believe we submitted a DVD for the DUI stop. So I'm just renewing that request to get a copy. We do have an offer in the file, but I don't have full discovery. So I'm asking to be reset so I can get full discovery.
So
Aisha, this is Tom West.
is there,
I had problems with my computer.
And then, Your Honor, I can respond, but my screen timed out, so I'm not sure if you can see me.
oh, no.
But I can still respond.
Okay.
I was unaware of that request, but I have checked the file, and there actually is a video in the file, so I can go back to the office and make a copy of it.
All right. So Mr. Griggs, he's going to get that DVD to you. We're going to put it back on a status calendar so we can follow up and you can review that with your client. If you think you're going to have any motions, please let us know as soon as possible so we can get you on a calendar.
Okay, I'll do that, Judge, and thank you, man. We be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And let me just finish up. Oh, dear. That's a plea. That's a draw. I'm going to, before I take these pleas, add on position 1, Macy Berry. Has there been any contact of Miss Berry?
I'm right here.
Oh, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Has she spoken to anyone about this?
I spoke with Aisha Hardy. I believe her first name is Aisha. Her last name is Hardy. She's the only one that I've been able to get in contact with because my case is like a couple, I want to say it's like 2 years old because I missed a court date. I missed a court date that I wasn't aware of.
Okay. So do you know what you're charged with? Fraudulent driver's license ID and false statements in an application.
Right. And I was told to do the community service and I turned in my paperwork for that. It was 40 hours. And the issue with this, I emailed Miles a couple of times and I gave him her proof and this is the proof. But I told her to get in touch with Mr. Walker because I don't know if this is provided.
That's all new information to me. I would be glad to take a look at it and speak with the defendant. I'm not sure if her and Attorney Braxton had an agreement or not.
I was told just to do the community service and turn it in, and then the suspicion will be lifted. Because I also have court in Gwinnett on April 13th, and they want to see proof of license. Because I got pulled over in Gwinnett, and that's when I found out that my license was suspended. I didn't know my license was suspended, so I got pulled over in Gwinnett and got locked up for like 2 days. And they told me.
Okay, well, that's fine. So what's going to happen is, I'm assuming, well, I shouldn't assume, but if in fact he's going to review that and take a look at it, you don't have anything in your file there?
No, not that reflects that.
And it is an older, Why can't I find, see?
I think the issue will be if she's saying that the community service would have been in exchange for a dismissal. For dismissals, it has to go through Miss Mal and pretrial diversion.
Well, this may have been done, this is a very old case. It's from 2015.
Very old.
Okay.
So that's why this could be, oh, come on. I'm trying to get you back on, Miles.
Oh yeah, I'm still.
I know. Well, why don't you take a look at that and get in touch with her. I guess we'll have to put it on another status calendar. It's really all I noted to do. Gallery prosecutor, wait, room. I've sent you an invite, so maybe you'll be able to get back on. All right, your case is going to be reset. He's going to be in touch with you, ma'am, and if perhaps that'll suffice. So, okay.
So, so why isn't it able to be settled today? I'm kind of confused on that because if it's not settled before April 13th, I was told I was going to have to pay the reinstatement fee for $700. But
your
they're not
license?
charging me right now.
Well, she may not have a license. That may be it. All right, can we reset this for, what's our next date? The 23rd and 25th, I believe. Yeah, I'm just looking. Why are they not showing up on here? Yeah, it's the 23rd and 25th. Okay, we're gonna reset you for the morning of the 25th.
March 25th?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll get an invite. Hopefully it'll be resolved by then.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Any
you.
questions?
No, that'll be all. Am I able to be dismissed now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. West. I'm going to take your plea in just a few minutes. I've got 2 other cases to go through, and then I've got about 3 pleas to take. Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you for your patience. Brandon Curvin.
That's going to be a null process this morning, Your Honor. I did speak to the defendant yesterday.
Great. Marcus Johnson. That's a plea. Is Mr. Johnson
I'm
on
good.
the call?
I'm up top.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Do we have that plea paperwork already? All right, if you'll hold on, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to come back to you. I've got 3 pleas. I'm going to take them in order. The first one is Deja Dillon.
Yes.
Mr. Strobel, do you have that plea ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Dillon, where are you? There you are. Okay, Deja's iPhone. Good morning, good afternoon. Are you
Good
aware
morning.
that this plea is going to be taken virtually? Were you explained that?
No.
I mean, we're taking in the plea like this. You're not here actually in the courtroom. Were
Okay.
you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that process before I swear you in and we take the plea?
No.
All right. If I could ask you to raise your right hand, please, so I can see it. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
All right, let me state for the record, this is the case of the state of Georgia versus Deja, D-E-J-A, Dillon, D-I-L-L-O-N, case number 18CR003158J. Failure to yield right-of-way, no proof of insurance. Mr. Strobel, this is your case?
Yes, Your Honor. We've contacted the victim. There was no restitution in this case. Therefore, we're going to allow her to enter a plea to basic rules and receive a $150 fine.
All right, and the other charges being
No prosecution.
prost. He's the 9th. All right, is that your understanding of the plea, Miss Dillon?
Yes.
All right, let me just ask you some questions. I've got some paperwork here that you sent back. I don't know if you can see that. that you signed, did you have any questions about any of his paperwork that you submitted back to the court? Oh, we lost you. Do you have
Can
any
you hear me?
questions about the paperwork, ma'am?
No,
And
it was
you
just
under-
certain questions I didn't understand, so I left it blank.
Oh, so let's see, you're pleading, is she pleading guilty or nolo, Mr. Strobel?
Your Honor, state doesn't have a preference. She wants to do no-low, that's fine. I mean, it's not getting reported to DDS. I don't know which one she'd prefer to go that way.
Oh, then you don't want to plead nolo. All right, you're pleading guilty. That's to your benefit under these circumstances. Let me just explain to you, you have the right to have a trial by entering this plea. You understand you're giving up that right. Was that explained to you?
Yes,
You're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
yes,
You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea. Is that no?
you say it again?
I'm sorry, I say it so fast. You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea.
No,
You understand you have the right to hire an attorney. If you were unable to afford one, we would have appointed someone for you. Were you aware of that?
yes,
You have any questions about the plea you're entering today?
no,
All right. So the fine is going to be, it's a $150 fine. There are some Georgia state add-ons, so it comes to about $209.75. You're going to be contacted by probation.
Okay.
We
How
sent
would
you.
how would
Wait,
I
wait.
pay that?
That's what I'm going to tell you. You were sent a form about probation. Is that right?
Yes, I'm going to print it out after I leave court.
Okay, so then you need to get that filled out and back to you, Aisha, back to Miss Hardy. And then probation will contact you. You're to contact them within 48 hours of them reaching out to you to make arrangements to pay this fine. If you fail to do that, the plea may be withdrawn. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No,
Anything further, Mr. Strobel?
And Your Honor, I don't know if it's appropriate. We may need to waive 1 month's probation fee so they don't tack that on to her for just, trying to pay a fine. I'm not quite sure what that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's waive 1 month. Good idea. Very good. Okay, we'll waive that. All right, if there are no further questions, Ms. Dillon, you're free to go. Thank you very much.
thank you.
The next matter is Mr. Tom West. Is he back with us? Good morning.
My video is not working. I can see you, but there's something wrong with my camera. I don't know what it is. Can we proceed orally from me? My client's here.
Yes, we can. So this is the case of Andrea Papek. Closer, Papaik. Andrea is Andrea, case number 18CR005227J. She's represented by Mr. Tom West. She's charged with reckless driving, no insurance, failure to maintain the lane, operating a vehicle while texting. And this is, let's see, Mr. Walker's case.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a plea in this matter, is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
And what are the terms of the plea?
The state's recommendation to the reckless driving is 12 months probation with the conditions of 40 hours of community service, a risk reduction course, alcohol and drug evaluation with any necessary treatment, and a $1,000 fine. In exchange to that guilty plea to the reckless, the state will be null processing all additional charges that I will submit momentarily.
All right, so before I ask you some questions, Ms. Papik, you've discussed this with, well, let me back up. You aware that you're taking this plea virtually, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you have any questions first about this process?
Just about if like the probation, if I've already completed everything, it's.
Oh, we'll get to that. I meant just sort of the Zoom process that you're not here in court.
Oh, then no, ma'am.
All right, and let me ask you to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're going to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth?
Yes, ma'am. I
Thank
do.
you. And so I understand you're pleading guilty, no to reckless driving. Is that what your understanding is?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have your plea paperwork here. I'm just going to show you a bit of it. Did you go over this with your attorney?
Mr. West, I believe I did.
Okay. Do you have any questions about any of the information on that paperwork that you submitted back to us?
No, I do not.
All right, you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on this case. Was that explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea.
I have not.
And so the terms of probation are the 40 hours community service, the risk reduction class, an alcohol evaluation, any treatment if needed, and the fine. And so I understand based on your question that you've completed some of this. Is that right?
I've completed all of it.
Okay. Mr. West, is that your understanding that your client has completed everything?
Yes, other than paying the fine.
Okay. And unfortunately, that has to be set up. So it has to be set up through probation. It's the only way we can do it now. So what'll happen is Ms. Hardy's going to get you some paperwork. You're going to sign up for probation, get that paperwork back to her, or she'll get it to Mr. West, I guess. Correct, Aisha? So she's sending his paperwork to your attorney. We're going to waive the first month so she can, I don't know if she can pay it all at once, but we'll waive the first month of probation fees. You will also be required to show probation proof of all the requirements that you've completed, okay?
Okay.
So they're going to ask you for all that. And then once you've paid the fine and satisfied probation that you've completed everything, then your probation will terminate. Do you have any questions about the plea, ma'am?
I do not.
Mr. West, any questions about the plea your client's entering?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and Aisha, I think just emailed you that plea, that probation paperwork, so get that to your client so she can get signed up. And again, once she's paid everything, she'll be free from probation.
Thanks, Judge. I'm sorry about the mess up with my computer. I think
That's
my
okay. I know what you look like.
I think my cat got behind my computer and disconnected some things.
All right, well, that completes that plea. You both are free to go. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Judge.
Dustin also has a plea, Mr. Schemberg, Zebediah Abukai.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
And is your client on the phone? Oh, there he is. Mr. Zebediah, I am going to need to see you. There you are. This is the matter of Zebediah, Zebadiah, last name Abukai, Abokahai. He is represented by Alan Schenberg, Schenberg. It's case number 18CR008708J. It's listed as a battery, family violence, first offense. Mr. Strobel, I understand there's a negotiated plea. Is that correct?
There is, Your Honor.
And what are the terms of that plea?
It is 12 months probation, complete the family violence intervention program, no violent contact with Simone Rodden, Roden, Rhoden.
Roheden?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let me, Mr. Schenberg, first I'm just going to ask your client some questions before I come back to you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. It is going to be an Alfred plea also, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Not opposed to Alfred, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Abukai, let me ask you to raise your right hand, please, so I can see it. Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're going to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth? I can't hear you. Let's see if we can unmute you. There we go.
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm this testimony is the truth and the whole truth, sir?
I swear.
Thank you. First of all, did you have any questions about taking this plea virtually like this over Zoom as opposed to doing it in the open court?
I have no questions.
Thank you. All right. So my understanding is that you're entering a plea to an Alford plea to the charge of battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you've discussed this with your attorney, is that right?
yes.
And I've got some paperwork here that you sent back. I'm going to just show you a bit of it. Did you go over this with your attorney, and do you have any questions about any of the information on this plea paperwork?
Not at all.
You understand that by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on these charges. Was that explained to you?
Yes,
You're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
yes,
You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea.
not at all.
And so you're going to be on probation for 12 months to complete the family violence intervention class, and you're to have no violent contact with Miss Roden. Do you have any questions about the terms of probation?
Yeah, the probation, is it like after the class that I'm done with probation?
Your Honor, I would prefer it to be non-report instead of termination. Just the fact that there's always violence, we like to get as much, at least some supervision as possible, even if it's non-report.
All right. So what'll happen is once you complete the program, sir, you will no longer have to pay probation fees and you will no longer have to report to probation. But technically, you're going to remain on probation for the full 12 months. And that's just to protect actually both of you so that there's no further incident.
Oh, in regards to I and Simone?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, me and Simone is,
Okay.
yeah, me and Simone, we are very good friends.
Okay. Mr. Schimberg, did you have any, is this your understanding of a negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And did you have anything you wanted to add other than the fact I understand your client is entering this pursuant to Alford v. North Carolina and that he considers it, he's not technically admitting to the offense, but feels that it's in his best interest to enter the plea at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. And we just ask that you accept the plea as stated.
Okay. We will accept the plea. Mr. Abukai, you'll be, your attorney is going to receive a form to sign up for probation. He'll send that to you. Probation will contact you and you're to sign up for probation within 48 hours of them contacting you. If you fail to do that, I may grant a motion to withdraw the plea. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, but back to Ms. Hardy. All right. So Mr. Schemberg, just have your client send it back to Ms. Hardy. Okay. All right. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. You gentlemen are free to go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Then we have Shamisha Bailey. Is Miss Bailey still on the call?
I see her screen is turned off.
I'm here.
Okay. Miss Bailey, good morning. Good afternoon.
Tomato, tomato. Hey, Judge. How you doing?
Hi. This is, is it possible for me to see you? Because I need to swear you in.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm driving, so let's go.
Oh, you probably should pull over.
Oh, okay. Pulling over. Give me a second.
Yeah, I definitely want you to pull over. We'll wait.
Yes. I emailed it to her and she advised that.
Oh, did she not send it back?
Well, she's in Puerto Rico, so I don't. Yeah, I sent it to her, but when she called me this
He
morning,
sent
she
it to me
explained it.
yesterday evening.
That's true.
So you didn't have a chance to fill it out yet and get it back to us?
No, I'm just seeing it
All
this
right.
morning.
All right, so we're not.
But I
gonna
did
get-
read the email. He sent me a descriptive email of what's going on, so I do know about my terms and conditions and all that stuff. That I am aware of.
So we're not gonna be able to take the plea today till I have that signed paperwork back. How long are you gonna be in Puerto Rico for the foreseeable future?
Oh, no, I come back home Friday.
Oh, okay. So let's just reset this. You need to get that paperwork signed and back to us. If you have any questions, you can ask Mr. Walker, Mr. Walker about it, okay? You're gonna get a link. There you are. You're gonna get a link for a new reset date because I need that paperwork signed before we can proceed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
All right, let's just reset this for our
I
next.
can leave the call?
Yes, ma'am, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
I know I missed a few, Casey. Marcus Johnson.
I'm here.
All right, that's a plea, and that's Mr. Strobel's case. Do we have the plea paperwork back?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Duval, let's see. First of all, this is the case of the state of Georgia versus Marcus Johnson. Accusation number 20CR004050J, loitering and prowling. Mr. Johnson, could I see you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Strobel, what are the terms of this plea?
Your Honor, it's 12 months probation. He's undergo an alcohol and drug abuse evaluation and complete any treatment. And he is to stay away from the Marriott Marcus Hotel. It can be non-report upon completion of treatment.
All right. So, Mr. Johnson, are you aware we're taking this plea virtually rather than being in actual open court?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that process?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you sent back this paperwork that you signed? Do you have any
Yes.
questions about it, sir?
No.
You understand what you're entering a guilty plea to today?
Yes.
You understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on these charges. Was that explained to you?
Yes.
You are going to have to complete some things on probation. Are you working right now, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So let's waive his probation fees. I'm a little concerned how he's going to get an alcohol evaluation and possible treatment while he's not working. And when you were last what were you doing when you were last working?
Flow tech.
And what is that exactly?
Buffing flows and at the Hartsville Jackson Airport.
Oh, okay. Do you think you're going to be back at work anytime soon?
I can get in contact with him and look into it, but I doubt it due to this COVID.
I just don't know how he's going to pay for an evaluation. Well, let me waive 2 months of his probation fees and maybe he'll be able to, you need to report to probation whether you can pay or take the class or not. If you find out you're having a problem because you're not working, you need to let them know and they'll ask me to make some adjustments to your probation, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about the plea you're entering?
No, ma'am.
Anything further from the state?
Nothing to say, Your Honor.
All right, we'll accept the plea. You're going to get some paperwork, sir, from Miss Hardy. Oh, you got it already? Okay. So probation's going to contact you and you're to sign up for probation, okay?
Okay.
Once you complete the class, your probation will be finished. So you need to try and get, not the class, you need to try and get the evaluation as soon as possible, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to waive 2 months of your probation fees, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
That may complete the calendar, but we probably need to run through it
And I
again.
have
because-
two null process that I need to present.
Okay,
You want me to approach?
yeah, bring them up. Thank you. All right, and then we will go through the calendar. There you go. Oh, that bottom is, I think, Freyasia. All right. 11 o'clock. Derek Reed, no prost. Joseph Williams, we took a plea.
It's gonna.
I'm sorry,
be
it's
a-
going to be a plea. Going to plea, reset. Thank you. I did get that wrong. Position 3, no pros. Position 4, Deontay Phillips, bench warrant. Position 5, PTI has been, we're waiting on PTI. We're going to reset for status. Position 6 has been reset because she couldn't get on the call. So hopefully we can get her here in court. Position 7, $150. We took a plea. Position 8, no pros. Position 9, we took a NOLO plea. Position 10, we took a NOLO plea. Position 11, bench warrant. Position 12, we're going to put over to a motions calendar. We're waiting for an entry of appearance. Position 13 was a plea. Position 14 is reset. I think we're waiting on some discovery on that. Position 15, bench warrant, no contact with the defendant. Position 16 is reset status. Position 17, reset for 2 months. Just Attorney Nash is waiting on some discovery. Position 18 is reset for a plea. Position 19 is reset. She's getting new counsel. Position 20, we're going to reset for status. Mr. Griggs has to see the DVD. Position 21, reset status. Position 1 on the add-on. So you've got the documentation on that, correct, Mr. Walker? You're going to review whether or not that 40 hours community service.
Yes.
So I guess we have to reset it, but
That's correct.
it is an old case, so that might suffice. Take a look at that. Position 2, no pros. Position 3, we just took a plea. Anything further?
Nothing.
Your Honor.
I think I can have everything.
Everyone good? All right, we've got more court tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, we're getting better at this. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. See everyone tomorrow.
Thank you.